Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this 2018 Cadillac Escalade luxury trim, and I know the 25 is out. Even the 2021, we got a really big redesign, and then now the refresh in 2025. But the Cadillac Escalade is still one of the best luxury haulers out there. So is it still worth buying this old generation Cadillac Escalade in 2025? So starting with the front end, even though this design is like almost 10 years old, we still get a really good timeless traditional Cadillac front end. We do have LED DRLs, and then as well as full LED headlights, really nice fog lamps as well. The design looks really good, and then especially on this Cadillac, because they do have the blacked out package with this beautiful red Cadillac emblem. The design wise, this is amazing. Of course, it's not as good as the 2021 one, but it still strikes a really good presence where like ever you go. Even like compared to the new GLSs, this front design has like more of a presence compared to the GLS. We have these beautiful 20-inch black glossed rims. They look really good, and then as you can see, we do have entire blacking out package with also the Escalade badging. A really good black force going all the way through. This is the short wheelbase version, it's not the ESV. So this, in my opinion, looks really good. And then in the back, we do have these iconic taillights. These taillights, even at night, even a mile away, you can tell that that is a Cadillac going. They strike a really good presence, whoever's looking at it. We also do get the hidden rear wiper up here, which is amazing. It gives it a really clean look. Just like the front, we do have our red Cadillac emblem. We do have a single exhaust. I wish we had dual exhaust like the new ones. So powering this Escalade is the good old 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. This thing makes 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque compared to a 10-speed automatic transmission. This can actually tow up to 8,800 pounds, even though this isn't a heavy vehicle. So we do get really good performance. And this engine bay is actually really clean. It's not as clean as a Mercedes, as a BMW. Before we move on, I would really like to thank Chevrolet of Commerce. They currently have really nice deals on different vehicles, and then they are also offering free lifetime warranty on all new vehicles purchased. Okay guys, so starting with the interior of this Cadillac Escalade, even though it is nearly 8 years old, it's really good interior of this vehicle. It is also push start. We also have this really good key fob. And then we can hear that growl of the V8. Overall, this interior feels really good. You can't really tell that's an old interior. We have really nice materials going on, fully leather wrapped, and we have real Alcantara going through right over here in between the cutouts. All soft touch of material. We do have some harder plastic down right over here, but that harder plastic quality seems really good. It's not the normal flimsy type of hard plastic. It's actually really good quality. And we do have our headlight controls right over here. And once again, same thing with the dash. It's all leather wrapped all the way till the back. What I like is that GM actually put physical buttons for the head of a display right over here. It's actually really easy to use. I don't have to go through the infotainment system to actually mess around with it. It's actually really easy to use, and it does give me quite a lot of information too. It's not the best, but for an 8-year-old vehicle, it's actually really good. We do have really good wood accents going all the way through the dash, including our steering wheel. And then talking about this steering wheel, it's actually fully leather wrapped heated steering wheel, and it feels actually really good. And then it does have more of a truck like feel to it. It's not really light. I mean, this is a big vehicle, but it does feel kind of heavy. And then we have this really good 12-inch fully digital gauge cluster over here. we do have the controls right over here. These controls kind of feel weird because they are more of those like touch capacitor types. And we do have different controls for these, like however you want it to look. I can change out the layout as well. And these animations look really good. This does have the lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, automatic braking, and automatic parking, which I will also go through in a bit. And then here is our controls for our audio system. And then the one thing I don't like is the positioning of the hazard lights. They have the same positioning as they did in the old Tahoes and stuff. I don't know why they just chose this to be the position, because it just looks quite awkward right over there. And then the other thing is that we do have this truck style gear shifter as well. It does give this more like a heavy duty style control to it. And then this does bring out our rear view camera, which is also HD surround vision as well. So we do have the surround vision right over here. And then if I put it into drive, it will give me the front facing camera. And then if I put it in reverse, it will give me the rear facing camera. And then other thing we have is this rear camera right over here. Cadillac was the first one to actually introduce this in their vehicles in the 2016 Cadillac CT6. And then nowadays every vehicle is just using this. It's actually quite useful as well. It can also turn into a regular mirror and then also into this HD clear rear view camera mirror. And then starting with the center right over here, we do have the Cadillac's old Q system. It's not the best, but we do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that's a good thing. We also have built-in nav. It's not the best quality, but since we do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, we can just use that. We also do have our HVAC controls over here. They may seem a little bit awkward, but we do have rear and front as well. We can also sync both of them together. And then right on the side over here, we do have our controls. We do have our mode selector as well. We have touring, sport, and snow and ice. But the one thing I don't like is all of these are not physical buttons. They are actually touch capacitors, so they do feel a little bit weird. So if you get used to that, it's actually really good. And then the other thing is we do have electronic glove box as well, so if you don't have power, you can't access that. You do have our lane keep assist, parking, and then also automatic parking right over here, which I will actually use this for you guys too in a bit. And then moving on right over here, we do have physical buttons for our HVAC system. Once again, they all are touch capacitive, so they do feel a little bit awkward, but however, they do give us haptic feedback if we do press them, so that does make it feel a little bit better. And then we do have our audio button right over here. We just have to slide. We can't press it. We have to just slide through in order to access that. It can also turn off the audio. Overall, the touch capacitive actually make it feel really good. And then other thing is this actually has a secret storage as well. All I have to do is just tap it right over here. So you have to like know where you're tapping it. You have to like press on this thing over here. And now once we just slide the finger, it will just close it for you. Just do like right over here, and then it opens up, and then it does bring in a USB port, and then it actually has a really good storage too. I can just hide my phone in there, and it does fit in perfectly fine. So yeah. And then moving down below, we do have a CD player as well, but once again, we do have the touch capacitive buttons for that as well. And then moving on below, this is all leather wrapped, and we do have really good wood as well. I can just press this to bring out the two cup holders, and then we do have more storage over here with two USB-A ports, and then a 12-volt lighter as well. And then just to close it, I can just do this, and it does give you like a really clean look. And then we also have a wireless charging pad right over here, but I don't really see like the positioning of it because it's just positioned in like a really weird space, and then especially if you're driving, it's like kind of hard for you to like reach your phone. I wish it was right over here like how other vehicles have it, including the Cadillac CT6. And we do have a really good amount of storage with 2 USB-A ports, and then also an auxiliary port as well, and then a 112-volt lighter as well. And then we have these really good, amazing seats, which are heated and vented. And they also get the Cadillac crest right over here. And this is actually really soft Alcantara wrapped as well. However, this like luxury trim is like the lowest trim possible of this vehicle. So we don't get the massaging seats that we do get in the higher trims. We do have a sunroof as well, but unlike the Cadillac CT6, we don't get one for the back. We only get one for the front. And the thing I don't like is actually manual power, so you have to just do it with your hand. I wish it was power. Right over here we do have our rear tailgate controls and controls for our sunroof. This does has the GM's OnStar system as well, so I can just like remote start this vehicle from my phone and then control the... Okay, so starting with the second row of this Cadillac Escalade IM6V, I have actually a really good amount of legroom. It's not the best, but it's actually really good. And I have a ton of headroom as well. And these seats are actually reclining as well, so that does... It's actually quite comfortable back here, as well as we do have our own HVAC controls as well as heated seats. However, the Cadillac CT6 had rear heated, vented, and massaging seats. Those options are not available in this Cadillac. However, we still do get the same type of capacitive buttons right over here. But Cadillac decided to cheap out over here. We don't have the haptic feedback that we get in the front buttons. We do have 2 USB-A's and then an HDMI port, which can control our rear infotainment system as well. And then down here below we do have a big 150-volt AC charger, and then as well that 12-volt lighter plug as well. And then like the materials used in the back is actually really good. We all have leather wrapped Alcantara, just like the front. We do have one cup holder over here. In order to access the third row seats, either I can just fold these seats down, or I can just walk through this middle passageway right over here into the third row seats. And I'm gonna be honest, this is actually a really bad position. And look at the way how my legs are shaped, because this like seat is like really low to the ground, so your knees like it's just coming all the way over here, so it's not really good for adults to like sit in the third row. However, we do have 2 cup holders as well as a 12-volt lighter port as well. On the other side we only have a single cup holder, and then we are also missing with the lighter port as well. It's not that bad if you're sitting in the middle. So starting with the trunk of this Cadillac Escalade, since we don't have the ESV version, we actually have a really small trunk compared to the Chevy Tahoe. However, if we do fold the second row seats, that does give us more controls. And the good thing is that they're all electronically powered, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I can also fold the second row seats all from as here as well. And we can also electronically raise them as well. We do have some more storage right over here. It's not that much, but you can definitely store something in as well. Overall, this vehicle is amazing. And then right now we can easily purchase one for around, like I will say, between 25k to 30k. It just like depends what year it is, how many miles it has, and then what trim it is. So this is the lowest trim possible. It's called the luxury trim, and then you can actually buy this one right now for 30k. It does has around 70,000 miles. It's actually like a really good vehicle if you do want to invest your money into this, because we do have really good towing capacity as well. You can haul your entire family and everything. But if you're gonna do more trips, I would just like recommend the ESV, because it does give us more room in the third row seats and as well as more storage in the trunk. This vehicle is amazing. but the third row seats are not for adults. They're only for children. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. I'm like a full-time college student, so it's not really easy to like go out here, make videos, edit them, and then just like post them within a week. And thank you guys for taking your time.